I am Ray, and spiritual awakening is a horrifying experience. It's like, imagine for a moment, there was a movie theater, and on the screen was life, and everybody in the theater was wearing these VR headsets, and this allows them to play the characters in the movie. And so everything that happens in the movie, we experience it happening to us. But spiritual awakening is like one day lifting the VR goggles off your head to see that everybody in the theater, all of humanity, is wearing this VR headset. And that you can never truly go back to putting it on without also remembering that it's just a movie. It's like lucid dreaming, realizing that you are in a dream, but all of the dream characters in this dream are actual people, real living organisms that do not realize that they are but an imaginary thing. As the comedian Bill Hicks once said, "Today, a young man on acid realized that all matter was merely energy condensed to a slow vibration, that we are all one consciousness experiencing itself subjectively. There is no such thing as death. Life is only a dream, and we are the imaginations of ourselves. We are like the dream characters in God's dream. And when you wake up from this dream, you realize that you were God dreaming. And so you spend the rest of your life seeing all the people you love and all the people around you stuck in this nightmare. Well, for most people it's a nightmare. Struggling, suffering, dealing with problems. And the hard thing is that you cannot ever really wake anybody up. You cannot tell somebody who is not interested in listening. And so you are forced to keep quiet and just allow everything to unfold naturally. Otherwise, people think you're crazy and nobody has any idea what you're talking about anyway. They will probably even laugh at you and think, oh, what a poor individual. They took too many drugs. But most people could not admit that they are living in a false reality, in an illusion. The Matrix wasn't a movie, it was a documentary. That is the literal nature of reality. I mean, maybe not the robots and stuff, but the fact is that we are all living in this illusion. That is the illusion of separation. And when you recognize your true nature, when you awaken spiritually, you begin seeing more and more the unity behind all things. And so your life enters into truth, into harmony. And from this perspective, you can help and heal the other people in the nightmare. Not by trying to go and help them, but just by being as you are. Another one of the rough patches during the spiritual awakening process is the falling away of everything you believe to be true. You see, because spiritual awakening is often preceded by a dark night of the soul. And what this is that the illusion of who you believed you were begins to burn away through some catastrophe, some catalyst that triggers this dark night of the soul. The floor beneath you, everything you believe to be true, is wiped away and you are cast into the underworld and even into hell. And it is not very nice to reckon with the fact that we have built the foundation of our life on a lie, on something that was not true. And when we believe something to be true with 100% certainty, well, it's going to be kind of upsetting to realize that we were wrong. People will go to the end of the earth so they will not feel like they are wrong. But hey, the faster you burn away these illusions, the more painless the experience becomes, the more smoothly this process goes. Because when we are attached to the illusion, which is darkness, when the light comes, when the light of truth, the darkness dissolves. The darkness dissolves in the presence of the light. And if we are attached to that darkness, we will experience ourselves as burning away. And that is one way of looking at the idea of hell. It's that our ignorance, our illusion, cast us so far into the darkness. And then as we were faced with the light of the truth, all that we are not, all of our ignorance, all of the illusion is burned away. But because we are attached to that identity, we feel like we are burning away. But only that which you are not burns. And in the purification of this fire, your true nature is revealed. Your true nature as the infinite, the eternal, the indestructible. I like to say a tragedy is just a comedy that has yet to be finished. Because from the perspective of the ego, this life is short, brutal, and miserable. But luckily the ego is not actually who we are. And that the true nature is free and transcendent. And that no matter what happens to us in this life, everything is okay. And that there is a much bigger game going on. And so in the beginning of the spiritual awakening process, things can be very scary. Things can look terrifying. But keep going. Keep pushing through. Because in the end is great relief, great peace, love, and joy. Great freedom. Because no matter what kind of nightmare you are experiencing, once you wake up, you realize, oh, it was just a dream. And one does not need to end their life to realize this. One just needs to end the person they believe themselves to be. To let go of that attachment and to allow something new to be born. And when you come out successful on the other side, you will wonder how you ever lived any other way. And you will feel like for the first time you are truly alive. So if you are going through a spiritual awakening process right now, keep going. As they say, if you find yourself in hell, don't stop. But eventually, if you keep moving forward, you will find yourself to a much better place. I am Ray, and if you have any questions about your spiritual journey, please feel free to comment down below. Much peace and many blessings.